To take control and see what they can make of this situation. So I wouldn't be surprised at all, especially knowing just how dominant guys like Joe Walker-Kidd and Sam McCambridge can be for their sides, whether one of them or both of them don't just explode in this third quarter. We are underway as the sun continues to shine on the Tasmanian Hockey Centre. Second half in this Mercury live stream round 10 Premier League men's match between Northwest Graduates and OHA, and it's Northwest with the initial attack. Cut off first by Oliver Smith. Now Painter wants to bring it out down the right. Again, possession falls back to Northwest. There is Burke over the top of the ball. He's happy to recycle.
Walker-Kidd walking up the field with the ball, slides a pill. Bessel unable to trap. Leslie now facing backwards, throws it out wide. Oh, nearly an interception there by Slip, and it's going to run just out, well kept in there, and Murphy finds himself with some space up the line. Oh, good tackle there from Gill, showing class there. and not being able to get a deflection. So it will be an OHA ball to be taken by Leslie on this near side, attacking third. Walker Kidd interception. Gill now in the back third with some space. Tom Hawk's out of defence on his back stick. It's been allowed to note. It's being brought back.
I was going to say, Harry Hughes did well just to get a touch on that and hold it down. If he was able to bring that under possession, he would have been through. But the initial pass was dangerous. Leslie over the top into the circle, so that will be a free hit to Northwest Graduates. See Gill over the top of the ball. Trying to direct traffic to, use a slip out on the left. Vince does well to steal that from him, and Vince is straight into attack. Gill reads him like a one-page brochure, but intercepting is Sam Keating at the other end, and again, still back and forth like a game of tennis at the moment. Gill to Keating, Keating to Gill. Now loose ball falls to Smith. He wants to attack now. He does have runners on the outside. Murphy and now Vince. Oh, and on the spot. I don't think he even got a touch on that. That was Sam McCambridge. Was teed up by Murphy. Found himself unmarked in a good position. And he won't be happy with himself at all that he didn't get a deflection on that.
No, you don't see McCambridge miss too many of those in the circle, as McCormick does a lovely pass out to Bailey, who's unable to keep it under control on this near side. Scott, it has started with a frenetic pace again in this quarter. I think there was about 8 turnovers in the space of 30 seconds there before, so both teams really wanting to get it and attack straight away, so there are interceptions galore. Another interception there. Vittorio has his stick held but manages to get it off. Advantage. Unfortunately, Vessel and Vittorio not on the same page, as OHA are back in possession.
I think we're going to see one of these counter-attacks actually come off as well, because both sides have had opportunities where they're breaking, they're running into space, happy to make those passes, even though it hasn't quite come off yet. Just waiting for a really good counter-attacking break and goal. OHA's turn in attack for the moment. They have a free hit just outside the circle, and it's Oliver Smith over the top of it. He makes sure it travels the requisite 5 before Harvey Bessel just puts his stick in, makes a tackle, and Northwest regain possession deep in defence. But I don't think field possession means much to this man, Joe Walker Kidd, who can put it anywhere on the field, from anywhere on the field.
Customary overhead to Walker Kidd, but just too wide for Hughes. I think the team that can really settle into this third quarter and take some possession is going to be in with a good chance at getting a goal. Both teams just throwing it away a lot, so I think after a few minutes, players a little bit tired. If they can gain some possession and start to be a little bit smarter with how they're using the ball.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that the discussion at halftime for both coaches was much the same as what it would have been pre-match. Try and look to be the first one to score, because they've both come out looking for that early goal.
Yes, I don't think we've seen a team possess it for more than 10 seconds at this stage, so it'll be interesting to see where they go from here. I don't know if they can keep up this pace, as an overhead looks like it was just a mistrap from Gill, and it's going to end up being an OHA ball just inside the 25. Morton standing over it. Playing down into the corner. Winch down there out of his reach and over the back line for a Northwest Grads free hit.
Leslie into the 23 with Painter. He's well tackled by Gill. Now the ball's with Hughes. Lets it run over the sideline because he's going to get a free hit, and the umpire does just stop time because he wants to have a little bit of discussion with a couple of players who just caught his eye, been a little bit naughty. He tells Gob and Gill and Joe Murphy just to cut out some of the byplay between them. I'm not sure whether the umpire is going to have much luck telling those two guys to cut it out. But regardless, time starts again, and Cooper, it was a good ball for the run of McCormick, but it was just too far out of reach. Burke, no trouble getting the ball off Murphy, and now uses the run wide. And it was a loose ball in the circle that I think has ended up being a penalty corner for Northwest Grads. So almost the best possible outcome that Burke could have hoped for in that situation.
Yes, Murphy a little bit unlucky there as he sort of trapped the ball back onto his foot from a little bit of height and unlucky deflection. But I think what was on show there was Burke's strength through the midfield. As he cut that 45 across the top of the circle, there was a lot of body pressure on him, and he won the strength battle with the OHA midfielder. And then Bessel able to get a quick ball in and unfortunately onto the foot of Murphy for OHA. But that's what happens when you can attack quickly and put the defence under pressure.
And I think this is only their second look at the penalty corner too for Northwest. The injection comes. Here's Walker Kidd, and Jake Morton makes the initial rundown. Oh, sorry, that was Joe Murphy who made the initial rundown. Running one.
Always the trick there to not limp, so it looks like it was stick, but unfortunately couldn't fool the umpire on that occasion. Kitchener all over that.
Double save from Chambers, but Gobbengill is the one who gets the third rebound and slots it away on his reverse. And reward from a penalty corner, even though it took him a few chances just to make the most of that. But it is now 2-1 to Northwest Grads, and Gobbengill just proving his value once again, making his way up forward and tucking away that shot.
OHA almost unlucky as the spill went to Gill, but he just looked like he had all the time in the world. Looked relaxed on it, wound up and just put it in the corner. So, I mean, just the class from Gill there was exceptional to finish that off. A lot of players would have tried to fling it back to the top of the circle or the spot, but Gill backed himself, hit it hard, hit it low, and got the result for Northwest Grad. So that is an interesting goal, and that's going to change the pace of this game as we see Bessel turning it over there in attack. And already you can feel the energy just up a little bit on the field. I didn't think it could go any higher, Scott, but it is very high as Gill win possession back. Harvey Bessel now out to McCormack. A little bit of possession here for Northwest, but great tackle from Smith.
He plays on quickly. Has a runner on his right, but decides to take on the player himself. Probably not a great decision in the end, as now Northwest have a chance for a counter-attack. That's Burke now over the top of the ball. Starting to see a little bit more of it, but we go back to that goal, and that type of skill from Gobbengill is what has caught the eye of the national selectors and why he's in the frame, or has been an Australian representative at under 21 level, and certainly going to press his case to be a permanent member of the Kookaburra squads after this Olympics run, which I imagine there'll be a few extra spots that'll open up with a few extra players probably retiring. But Gobbengill certainly, he's one who would be looking forward to Hockey 1, which of course starts in October this year. The first game is against the Brisbane Blaze right here at the Tasmanian Hockey Centre. He'd be looking forward to be part of that match to show what he can do. And he is looking in very good form so far this season.
Yeah, he's certainly playing more of a leadership role as well this year with Northwest Grads is Gill. So impressive that he's able to, rather than just being a talented midfielder, he's actually holding a really important leadership position, working with a lot of the young players. So it's really nice to see him get some reward for effort, and I think he is going to have a very impressive Hockey 1 series, Scott.
McDevitt has found himself inside the circle to take down that. His shot off the back of his stick. He's in a good position, but skill execution just leaving him for the moment. McCormick does well against Winch, does well to cut out McDevitt too. It's Tyson Bessel on the left, looking for any option, but there's 4 or 5 OHA defenders cutting off every kind of pass. He takes the free hit, McCormick does well around the circle, but possession is an open question at the moment. McCormick has it for the moment. It's Harvey Bessel now.
Gray, little fake, turns back up and aggressive. It's his first time on today. Bessel now just holding a little bit of composure, throws it across. Vittorio unable to trap on his back stick. And we see Keating finding a foot out of defence. Out on the far side in the shadows is McCambridge taking on Cooper. And McCambridge has run it off the front of his stick. Looks like a little bit of words swapped between McCambridge and Gill. Something we thought may escalate through some chat to each other earlier in the game, Scott. So it's interesting to see that there has been some kind words to each other, I'm sure, on the far side.
Just some friendly how you goings. OHA are, of course, chasing this match now. Northwest have that 2-1 lead. Just how much that becomes a factor as this game wears on, we're yet to see, but I imagine that scoreboard pressure is going to count for a lot as the clock ticks down.
I've got a feeling we're going to see some more goals before this game finishes, Scott. It's just the pace. Teams can't keep it up, and I think there's going to be some turnovers and some defence getting caught napping here as we find Burke on the far side. Can turn on the pace, goes direct this time. Bessel on top of the circle. Backstick shot. Yes, it's come off high. That shot's gone high off an OHA player and hit O'Keefe. So it's a dangerous and it's a PC. Otherwise, O'Keefe was in a good position to tap that in. Umpire's made the correct call there. We've had a great view of it up here in the commentary box, and there was certainly a deflection up into O'Keefe's body, stopping him from putting away the tomahawk pass from Bessel.
You just see Northwest, the last couple of minutes have been able to string together an extra 1 or 2 passes, and that's what has led them to getting rewards in the circle. We see another penalty corner. They've been able to create a few shots on target or inside the circle as well. So this match, just at the moment, is breaking in favour of the Bulldogs. Gill injects, Walker Kid direct, and he finds the back of the net, whistles it past Chambers' helmet, and the net ripples, and Jai Walker Kid, we know what to expect from him, and he's done it.
Oh, that flick was very, very fast. Chambers just didn't look like he saw too much of it through the runners, and it found its way to the back of the net very quickly. There was no doubt who was flicking that. It was Walker Kid. Northwest had actually probably 4 or 5 back at halfway, probably due to the time left in this third quarter. But that has made things very, very interesting. And OHA now forced to respond with at least 2 goals to get back into this match.
Huge goal in the context of this match. Murphy desperately trying to get the ball high into attack, create one last opportunity for the Ships. On the 23, breaking through his winch, he's well tackled. Good clearance as well. I don't think young O'Keefe is going to be able to chase that one down though.
Interestingly enough, once Walker Kid finds his sort of range and his target, he doesn't tend to miss once he's already got one. So caution to OHA if he manages to get himself on the end of another penalty corner. Time running out in this third quarter. Morton over the ball. Can OHA find something to go into three-quarter time with?
McDevitt does well to bring that under control. I'm not sure about his pass though. You see Gill anywhere near where you're trying to pass it, probably should take a moment to reconsider because he's one of the best intercepts in the competition at the moment too. That's a good pass from James Burke. It was just out of the reach of young Bessel. Up forward. Now OHA just seeking one last opening, seeing if they can't create a really good attacking opportunity to finish this third quarter, going with a little bit of momentum because at the moment it is all with the Bulldogs. Fantastic tackle once again by Goblin Gill in the midfield. He has only improved as the match has gone on. It's a good pass deep into the pocket too.
Northwest will just want to slow this game down and just get to three-quarter time with a 2-goal lead. Those overheads can be very good going forward, but if you don't manage to get on the end of it, it's an instant turnover. So they really want to hold possession here, stay composed, and go in with a 2-goal lead. OHA also won't want to make any huge mistakes. Being down 2 goals is much better than 3, so they're going to want to have a crack here, but not throw everything at it and leave that to the last quarter. Keating with a good ball to Smith in the middle, just can't get on the end of it, and Cooper wins the free hit. They're going to slow it down here, Gill over the ball. Just going to take a moment to find out what he's doing. Tosses the overhead, doesn't make it as far as he wants, but Northwest do win it back through O'Keefe. Vittorio wide, cuts it inside, and that's intercepted there from keeper or McDevitt, and is out for a long corner for Northwest Grads.
Gill quickly into the circle, on the spot. Not sure whether he got a touch to that one, but probably would have claimed it if it went in. And a huge third quarter for Northwest Grads, and as we were speaking about at half time, it was Gobbin Gill and Jai Walker Kidd who stepped up when the team needed them, both scoring goals in that third quarter to give Northwest a nice 2-goal buffer as we head into the final quarter.
2 goals just still makes me very nervous, but this Northwest Grads side, a lot of experience still on the side with Burke, Vittorio, Walker Kidd. They'll be wanting to slow it down, absorb the pressure from OHA, and then counter-attack and hopefully put more on the board. OHA will look to, I think, overhead a lot in this last quarter and really put the Northwest Grads defence under some pressure. Gill with some party tricks early in the quarter, wins a foot. Scott, I think with Gill back there and Joe Walker Kidd, it's going to be difficult for OHA to push for too many goals. Gill, a very solid player, and not normally in a fullback sort of position as he is today. So I'll be really interested to see how he plays this last quarter.
I think if the Bulldogs manage to hold on to all 3 points and win this match, it'd be fair to call the move to have Gill back there in defence a bit of a masterstroke from Coach Rod Clifford, because him and Walker Kidd, as you rightly pointed out, have done quite a fair bit of damage in that defensive area. Both are extremely good aggressive passers, but also both exceptional interceptors. And against OHA's long ball passing prowess, I think that's worked wonders for them, and they've been able to snuff out quite a fair bit of the OHA attacking opportunities, certainly after that first quarter was over.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how tight Gill stays to McCambridge. It was quite tight in the first quarter, and then it looked like he just ran off a little bit more in the second and third. So now with goals up, is he going to tighten back on McCambridge, or is he going to continue to play how he's been playing and playing very well? As the ball spalls here, Bessel in the circle, both Bessels there. McCormick just outside, onto his reverse. We'll try and find some space as Chambers pushes it over the back line with a good save.
So on the 23, it is Walker Kidd over the top of it, and he uses Gill. So 2 of their best over the top of the ball. Not sure about that pass on his reverse from Walker Kidd, but at the moment, with the way the match is set up, I don't mind him attempting some of those opportunities from that field position.
No, when it's Gill passing to Joe Walker Kidd at the attacking 25, he thinks defensive teams would become nervous as Julian Vittorio intercepts there. Finds Burke on that side, who's just continuing to find some more space for himself there. Hughes now finding Bessel up the line. That's Harvey. High skills, Harvey, but a good tackle there on the outside.
So Smith held up nicely in the midfield, but turnover once again, and McCambridge is out down the right. He's got Walker Kidd to beat, decides to take the long route, ends up beating 2 more. He's on a little bit of a run, searching for an opening. McCambridge now takes a wild swing. I don't think the umpires are going to be too pleased with that behaviour. They have blown for time. Looks like umpire Aaron Kitchener does want to have a bit of a chat about McCambridge taking a swing while he was lying on the ground and the ball was loose, but it doesn't look like he's reaching into his pocket for any cards just yet.
No, I think McCambridge felt like he was taken out a little bit off the ball illegally, and that's why the big swing came, but that's what's caught the umpire's eye. So it looks like they may have decided that the initial McCambridge body contact was a free for OHA. So they've changed their decision, which as they are right to do, and it's an OHA free ball on the attacking 25, just outside, so they can go direct in. Bit of a squabble there. OHA come out with it on the baseline. Possession near the spot, shot, and slip clears out that side.
Gets a big cheer from the Northwest crowd up in the grandstand too. Young Bailey slip doing an important piece of defensive work there. Now wide down the right. Morton twists one way, twists the other. There is no opening through the Northwest Grads defence, especially when you've got Jules Vittorio on your hammer. So OHA forced to recycle down the left-hand side instead. Trying to find an opening on the top of the circle, but the ball is just loose for the moment. That is slip once again. He does get called up by the umpire, unfortunately. I think his eyes lit up when he saw the space ahead of him and the ball let his stick. Now Morton. Again, pirouetting. That ball found its way through the defence. Did take a deflection off the OHA player. You just see the ships getting more and more desperate every attacking run. They know they've got to get 2 just to get back in this match. So all the pressure now is directly on them. And as time ticks away, it becomes more and more important to find a way to goal. Turner down the right. Now Murphy. Caught in possession. Runs straight into the back of Gill, gives away the free hit.
Gill to Vittorio in the middle of the section of the field. Vittorio finds McCormack. There's not a lot of places to go, so just holding it up. Vittorio's going to look backwards now. We'll find Slip. I'm glad Berkey's had a haircut because him and Slip could look very, very similar on the field. Oh, great ball down the line. Hughes is there. Hughes finds a foot, and he's just going to hold it up. No need to rush here for Northwest Grads as one of their best players, Gill, just settles himself over the ball and just tells everyone to just calm down. Goes Vittorio in the middle of the field. OHA streaming through McCambridge out on the left side. Ignores that. Oh, a good little piece of skills there. Unfortunately, couldn't get on it. Possibly should have made the McCambridge pass earlier. And Gill on this near side with some time. Slides the ball to Hughes. A very good ball. Hughes manages to keep it alive. However, there's no support. And Morton comes into the middle out of defence.
So Murphy deep. Now using Painter on the left, sorry. And that one doesn't make it past the Northwest Grads midfield either. Gill can reset for the Northwest Grads attack, and it's Harvey Bessel on the right. Bessel turns back onto his reverse, stays on his 4-stick instead. McCormick arriving late into the circle. He's got 2 trying to tackle him. Does well to retain possession. He's under immense pressure. Wins it back once again. Fires away a shot on the reverse, and it is over the top of the goal.
McCormack just been a little bit disappointed there. Did a lot of the hard work, couldn't benefit from it, and then possibly threw away possession with that tomahawk shot, which he might be kicking himself for. However, OHA in possession now. Burke intercept. Looks like he might have moved himself back to the middle of the field here with only half of this quarter left to go. Walker Kidd over it now. Customary slide pass to Hughes, who misses the trap, and it's into touch in front of the OHA bench.
I think this match is now being played right in to the Bulldogs' hands. OHA, we see now pretty much every forward movement intercepted or held up with relative ease by the Northwest Grads defence because they are playing straight into their strengths. And as you said, James Burke has now slipped himself just back a little bit deeper just to shore things up. And Harry, I'd be almost prepared to call this game done and dusted if OHA can't find a goal in the next minute or so.
I've played in a lot of Northwest Grad side that I think that is a very brave early call. Walker Kidd in the circle is a bit of a fight. No, it's found a OHA foot there, and Northwest live to fight another day. with a 16-yard hit. Yeah, so like I've watched a lot of Premier League hockey, and I think that I've seen goals come from absolutely nowhere. But I am a little bit conservative and don't like to call it too early.
Walker Kidd out to the left now. Mistrap initially from Hughes. Morton takes him on. Does well to get past two, but Leslie's got a bit of a job to do. Slip with the initial tackle, but it's a free hit to OHA just outside the 23. Morton overlapping down the right, but is well marked. And well tackled too. Hughes with a deep play on, says the umpire. Morton had a chance to continue. His run was eventually ended by Walker Kidd.
OHA coach Nick Leslie over this one, a good ball user, throws it inside. Smith now on his backstick, handy when he gets some space. Vittoria makes the tackle, but just outside the circle there is a free. Smith to take, tries to find his 5. Has not gone 5 according to the umpire. Has Bessel taken advantage there? No, it's going to come back. Northwest Grad's free.
The tackling from Northwest Grad's defence in this final quarter has been nothing short of perfect. Their defence has held up extraordinarily well. Dan Harper might actually be snoozing and falling asleep a little bit there because he's had so little to do. Such is the trust that he can place in these Bulldogs defenders in front of him, based on the way they are playing in this final 15 minutes. OHA will have quite a fair bit of work ahead of them if they are to get anywhere back into this game. Murphy, long again. McCambridge can't turn Walker Kidd. He's held up once again. Free hit just outside the circle.
The Northwest Grads midfield and forwards have been doing a great defensive role as well, running back, defending, and they've really helped the Northwest team. A whistle's gone here. I think the umpire's just having a chat about whose stick it's come off for it to be dangerous. And it looks like it's going to be OHA's ball again, just outside their attacking circle. Smith runs back just to get the ball 5 and throws it inside, possibly in a show of desperation. And Northwest again clear to the sideline.
Whatever Coach Rod Clifford said at half-time has certainly worked. Northwest, 2 goals in the third quarter. Gobbin Gill and Jai Walker Kidd both finding net, and now the defensive work has been exceptional in this final quarter. Once again, Gobbin Gill blocking the shot. OHA forced to attack again from another angle. No penalty corners given away either. This is the kind of stuff that you build title challenges on, this kind of work.
Look, I think Coach Rod Clifford might use Gill in that position a few more times this season. This has been an overwhelming success so far. And if you do need quick goals, you can always punt him up into the forward line or into the midfield. So I think they might have found a new role for him there, and it's been very successful today as Smith turns it back over in the middle. Can't beat McCormick though, who's rebounds well. Bridley's on his hammer though. McCormick just wants to slow it down here, gain possession. Can't do so though, and OHA on the ball with Bridley. McCormick got to be careful there as he drops the knee onto the ball.
You're able to call the winner in that battle between Smith and McCormick in the midfield? Who do you think has had the better run of it? Both of them have had opportunities in attack, done some great defensive work too.
Yeah, I'd say probably, sounds a little bit harsh, but maybe 0-0 to be honest. Both of them have had really good opportunities, and Smith with that first goal for OHA, but both have had opportunities through the midfield, and neither has really been able to capitalise on any of their run and space that they've had. So time still to come, but yeah, I think that's probably honours even for this game. What about yourself?
I just think McCormick's shaded him a little bit. Smith has just struggled to have the kind of influence for the midfield, especially after that first quarter. And I think he's done an important lockdown job on one of OHA's more dangerous weapons, as OHA have removed their goalkeeper Henry Chambers in an attempt to get an extra field player on the pitch and try and create something a little bit extra up forward. There is Oliver Smith wanting to take on Gill. Gill picks the ball out of midair, but the battle is still on for clean possession. Winning that time is Northwest. And Gill is in absolutely no rush to get this ball moving at all. In fact, he leaves it for Walker Kidd, and he'll probably take a few extra seconds just to pick out a pass too.
Frustrations from OHA just starting to leak into their game as they are chasing the game. So they're just starting to get a little bit frustrated, questioning some of the umpires' decisions, which can happen when you're really chasing the game and trying to get back in front. Walker Kidd in no rush here, as you said, Scott. He's just going to stand over it, try and find a clean pass. Finds Bessel. Ball falls to Gray. Needs to be strong here, Gray. Isn't. Falls over. Takes another player with him. Looks like it's going to be a green card for Gray, which I think a yellow card for Gray, which seems possibly a little bit harsh considering the fact that it looked like he slipped, but the umpire has a better view than I do, Scott.
Don't think there's much sympathy anymore from the umpires for any player that goes to ground, accidental or not. Now, whether I personally agree with that, we'll leave that for another day, but that certainly is the interpretation that the umpires have been applying so far this season.
Unfortunately leaves clumsy defenders, who I know a few of, a little bit worse for wear.
I certainly wouldn't have a future in the game anymore, mate.
Can't use the clumsy excuse anymore, unfortunately. Served me well over a few years. Gill now just slowing it down. He's free on this inside, and time running out for OHA now. You'd think 2 goals would be a stretch at this point.
And Walker Kidd, plenty of experience. Happy to run down the seconds. His pass was deep and did fall nicely for Bessel. And there's an open net there if they could get it into the circle, which is an enticing prospect in itself. Try and score that 4th goal. Harvey Bessel wants it. Coming through is Leslie, who makes the tackle. Sends OHA straight back into attack. That one's loose as well. McCambridge giving a little bit of extra attention to the defender.
A little bit of confusion whose ball that was between McCambridge and Burke after it went into touch. Burke is going to be standing over it and in absolutely no rush to gather the ball and take his free hit. In the dying moments of this game between Northwest Grads and OHA, Northwest up 3-1, and it's hard to see OHA able to find a way back at this late stage.
Morton does well to make an overlapping attack. Not sure about that initial tackle. He does slip it back to the spot. That's Smith diving in.
Looked like a good save initially from Harper, and
just umpires are going to have another discussion. Not sure whether that was a penalty corner or whether it should just be a free out to Northwest Grads.
Looked like the umpire was possibly making a motion to see if the OHA player, Joe Murphy, I believe, was pushed. That seemed to be what he was asking his other umpire. And the decision's no, and a good save to Harper, who saved it back into Murphy on the ground. So that was a really, really good save in the dying seconds for Northwest Grads. It's important for goalkeepers to be able to be out of the game for long periods of time and then step back in and be very sharp. Harper hasn't had to do much in the last couple of quarters, but a very good save there late in the game.
So this will be an important win for Northwest Grads in the context of their season, as they try and push their way back up the ladder from 4th. They know 2nd spot on the ladder as McCormick wears one in the teeth. They know that 2nd spot on the ladder is still in play. They will take the full 3 points today, and they'll just have a look at the way the ladder is shaped after Tuesday, as there's a little bit of attention between, looks like, Harper and McDevitt. Some extra words. Don't think anything too serious.
Yeah, I think it's important not to underestimate that win from the Bulldogs today. After 2 big losses to Diamondbacks and Derwent, to be able to come back against OHA, who are certainly pushing their credentials this season. A very important win to get their season back on track, get some stability back into the squad. And with a few injuries, including Alistair White, I think that win can't be underestimated.